Hey guys, I'm back with a new video. In this video, let us discuss about numbers. So if you want to check the type of some variable, you can use a special operator which we did not discuss in the video on operators. Now this operator is known as the Typeof Operator, and as the name says, it tells us the type of the variable. Now let us define a constant, and I will set that to 20. So we have an age variable, set that to 20. And if I log the type of age to the console, so I will say type of and age. And now let us run the script in the terminal. So I will say cd ... and go to the folder cd numbers demo, and in this I will say node numbers.js. So we get the type of age comes out to be number. Now let us try another log, and I will say console log, and I say type of 1212 within single quotes. So what do you expect to get in this case? So we get string. Okay, so whenever you define a number within single quotes, that will not get coerced into a number. Okay, it only gets coerced into a number when you are performing a certain mathematical operation, which we will see in this video. So the type of 1212 within single quotes comes out to be a string. Now numbers in JavaScript is pretty simple. You can create an integer, which is a whole number, or you can create what is called as a float, which is a number that has a decimal, and these are both under the same type of numbers. As we discussed in the video on operators, we have some operators that we apply on numbers, namely addition, multiplication, division, modulus. So let us also use that in this video. And if you haven't checked out the video on operators, the link for that is down below. Do check out that video before watching other videos. Now let us declare two numbers and perform these operations that we discussed in the operators video. So I will define two constants, const number 1, and then I will set that to 10, const number 2, set that to 20. Now let us say console log number 1, and I will perform the multiplication operator, apply multiplication operator, and then multiply the number 1 with 3, and then let us try this in the console. So I'll run node numbers.js, and we get 10 times 3 is 30. Now let us add these two numbers. So to see how we can perform addition of numbers in JavaScript, number 1 plus number 2. So on running we get 10 plus 20 as 30. Now this plus sign, as I told you in the previous video, is said to be overloaded. As in the case of numbers, it is used to add two numbers, whereas we use it with strings, it does concatenation of two or more strings into one. Now if you try to do mathematics with strings, it will basically perform coercion the strings to numbers to perform the intended operation. So if I say console log, so let us see an example for that as well. I say console log, and then I say 10 within single quotes. So this is a string and not a number, 10 and 10. So what do you expect to get if I run this? If I say node numbers.js, you can see that we are getting 100. So what is happening here is that the string type is getting coerced to a number type. So what is happening here is that the string 10 is getting converted to a number 10 for both the strings that we have used as operands. So we are getting 100 here. Okay, so this is all about the coercion, that the numbers, we are getting numbers for the strings if we are defining numbers within the strings. So we are getting 100. Now here strings are getting coerced to number, and if I say, now let us say I am performing multiplication, I say 10 within the single quotes and then multiply this with 10. what do you expect to get? So if I run the file, we are getting 100 only. So this 10 within single quotes will get coerced to 10. This 10 is already into the number data type, so the final output for this will also be 100. Okay. Now here again we will get 100. So star, this always does the multiplication, and unlike plus, it is not overloaded. With plus you can do concatenation as we saw in the previous video, and we can also add numbers. So we also have some mathematics helper methods provided to us by JavaScript to work with numbers. So let us work with them as well. There are tons in there if you want to get really nerdy about it. So we can run math.round, and then we can pass a variable into it. So if I say console.log and I use the math helper methods and I say math.round, and then I say 20.5 within this. So let us try running this. So you can see that when I apply the round operation on the number 20.5, which is a float, it is getting converted to an integer. So it is getting rounded to a higher bound and not the lower bound. So 20.5 is getting rounded up to 21. Now to find the lower end of a number, that is, you want to find the floor value of the number, you can use math.floor. So let us copy this. And let me say math.floor for same argument 20.5. Now if I run this, we get 20. So we are getting rounded off to the lower bound. We are getting rounded down to the lower bound. So we are getting 20 for 20.5. Now then we have something called as the ceil method to find the upper bound of a number. So this time let us try some another number. So if I say console log math.ceil 21.2233 and then run the file node numbers.js. So you can see we are getting rounded up to 22 from 21.2233. Now then we have something called as the random method, which will give you the random number between 0 and 1 each time when we make a particular invocation for it. So if I say console log math.random and let us copy this and invoke it multiple times. So if I run the script, so we will get some random values to the terminal. So let us wait for them. Now as you can see, we are getting 0.700705 as a random value. Okay, here are the values. So 0.50 something, 0.55, 0.612, 0.9179. So we are getting 4 random values for our 4 logs to the console. Now other than the addition and multiplication and division operator, we have something called as the Modulus Operator and the Exponentiation Operator, which I told you in the video on operators. Now let us apply the Modulus Operator and the division operator. So log number 1 divided by number 2. Now this will give us the division result. And if I do number 1 mod number 2, now this will spit out the remainder. When we carry out the division between the two numbers, this will give us the remainder. So let us try running this. So here we are getting 0.5 because number 1 was 10, number 2 was 20, 10 by 2, 10 by 20 is 1 by 2, which is 0.5. And when you take the remainder, when you're trying to find the remainder, when you divide 10 with 20, in that case you will get the remainder as 10 because 20 will go with 0 and then the remainder will be 10. Okay, so this is all about division and modulus operator. Now JavaScript also has infinity. Okay, so let us discuss about exponentiation operator as well. So let us define a variable called power and set that to 2, and then I will say number 1, apply double asterisk and then add power. Now let us try running this. So you will get 100 because the number 1 was 10. We are raising 10 to a power of 2, so we'll get 100. So this is known as exponentiation operator. Now moving further, JavaScript also have infinity and negative infinity. Also at the end of the day, there is a maximum. Now what we can do here is, let us try to approach infinity. Okay, so if I say console.log 100 to the power 2, so what do you expect to get? Let us try running this. Just some exponentiation and you are getting 10,000. Now if I do console log 1000 raised to the power of 200, and now let us try running this. So see, we are now approaching towards infinity because the computers do not have that high computation power that they can carry out this kind of exponentiation, which is not within the bounds of the computer. So if you keep raising the exponent, the final value after the operation will tend to infinity. Okay, now let us log the type of infinity to the console to see whether it is number or something else. So console log type of infinity and console log type of negative infinity. Now let us try running this in the terminal. So we are getting number for both the logs. Now there is also something called as nan, which is a special number. So if I say console.log and then I say 83 divided by some string, and within that string I say nerdy. So what do you expect to get in this case? Do you expect an error in this case? Let us check out. So we do node numbers.js and we get NaN. So what is that? Now this is spitting out nan, which means not a number. And the strange thing is that not a number is actually a number. So let us see that as well. Okay, so if I say console log type of nan, this will come out to be a number. So not a number is actually a number. So this is all about numbers. So let's move on to the next one, which is objects. So I'll see you guys in the next video.